Hello everybody. I'm going to put a temperature gauge sending unit in my car, and I guess I just then found out that this has been loose the entire time, but last night I bought a sending unit, so I figured I'd show you this, if it worked or not when I got done. Alright. Now I gotta lengthen that wire a little bit, and I might run it over and down or something, I don't know. Back in a second. Before I show you this, look at my face. This is how concerned I am about something looking original. We're over here, we're hooked up. I have no idea how that wire is supposed to be ran. I would imagine that it probably would have went on in there and came out and over. I guess, I don't know. But the wiring engine harness on this car has been through hell, so it come out there. At least I did put a green wire on it. So I'm gonna drive it down the road and I'll show you if it works. Alright, the fuel gauge works to within a margin of error. The amp gauge does what it wants to. The oil pressure gauge is mechanical and it works, and the temperature gauge works, and that's between a quarter gauge and half gauge, and that's probably right. I drove this car all last year and so far this year without any gauge, so I have no idea where this car actually runs at. And the speedometer did work. It worked until it sheared one of the teeth on the odometer and I unhooked it. So for 50-odd-year-old original stuff, I'm happy with that. And as I'm sitting here, it's climbing. It's up to about half a gauge now. So I guess going down the road it's below half a gauge, and who knows. Like I mean, I drove this thing everywhere last year and had no idea how hot it was. Just kind of safety, you know. So it's still about half a gauge. I say that's probably right. Like I mentioned, I have no idea what that temperature is, and I think this car's got a 198 thermostat in it, so I mean it's pretty hot. But it's a big block with a Chinese radiator, and there's a heat index of 110 today. It's running right at half a gauge, so not bad. These don't really have a shroud. I definitely don't have one. So I thought about making one. 67s didn't really have a shroud though. They had a finger guard. The only thing that would be different is I believe the fan's supposed to be 2 or 3 inches closer to the radiator than where mine is. See, I have to worry about things that most people that have 67s never have to worry about. But what do you decide to show and what do you not show? That's kind of always been the problem I've got when it comes to making videos, because it's such a niche market. It's 2022. Gas is, for regular around here right now, $4.69 a gallon. If you have a big block, you're not concerned about gas mileage, because if you have a big block, you're not driving it. And everybody thinks everything has to be a new car. Everything has to be right. Everything has to be 110% factory. And that's never been the way that I've looked at this. And you can go back and you can watch older videos of mine and stuff. This car was never supposed to be this nice. It would be like the pole barn garage holy goat, was how my original intentions to fix this car was. It was never meant to be a nice car. It was meant to be a, how's that on the road? So if you made it to the end of the video, here's you a bonus video. This is a 4G63T turbo, you know, snail. It is going in my ex's car. Part of the deal was, you know, I'd finish it for her. So, it's new rings, gaskets, seals, new exhaust manifold, basically an eBay turbo, but it's going in a factory turbo car. Going to get it to where it runs and everything, and get it to where it runs, drives, and then it's her baby. But until then, I have to finish it. So, this whole thing gets a video from this point on, getting the car running. I didn't feel like making a video showing anything on the inside of that, just because I just didn't want to. So it's rebuilt as good as I would have done it for mine. We'll see how long it works. It should, you know, if it runs good when it's first put together, it'll run as long as anything would. Balance shaft delete, all that good stuff. The engine that's the block that came out of her car. That ain't that bad. We, you know, it ate a few valves, you know, put a few into it. Timing belt victim. But the crank and bearings and everything out of that block, I put in that block with that block's pistons and that head. So I'll show you some more. I got a mess in here. I got a big project coming up and really need all this out of here. So I'll show you some more later.